Good morning, my family. Early in the morning. It's about 7 o'clock. Sun's coming up later and later each and every day, y'all. It's gonna come in here and check on what's starting to germinate and sprout. And then we're gonna go plant in the big high tunnel today. Let's go. Looks like my little lettuces are finally deciding to show their beautiful selves. Woo-wee. Got some beautiful radishes coming up, my friends. And it looks like my little onions that I transplanted last week. Doesn't look like it was too early at all, but I am gonna wait a little bit longer. But these look to be doing pretty good. And here's some of my transplants. This is my bok choy, y'all. Boy, that cow's sure loving this cooler weather. My celery is really starting to come up, guys, where it just reseeded itself in place. This is the Butter Crunch lettuce. Looks like it's doing really good. Looks like it's liking its home. I believe this is my arugula. And I can't read my tag over there, but I think some of this is either the Tom Thumb or the Ice Queen. Oh, I think it's the Ice Queen, because here's some of my Tom Thumb in with some of this bok choy. Look at those purple whole peas. They're wanting to vine out. I'm gonna have to bring another trellis in here. And these are my dragon tongue beans, starting to trellis up. Need to that right there and see if I can get it trained. Spinach is starting to come up. I transplanted some broccoli yesterday. There's some of my cauliflower. And here's many of my broccoli starts. Started these from seed, guys, transferred them over to some 3-inch pots about 2 or 3 days ago. Gonna let them get a little bit bigger before I transfer them into the garden. Purple whole peas are looking better after that storm, guys. They're looking really good. They've been in the ground about 32 days. So we're hoping to see something within the next 30 days. And these 2 kale have just exploded. They were just about dead from the summer. They look terrible. We pruned them back heavily. Boy, have they rebounded. And this is where I have some of my beets. I'm gonna still plant beets in other areas, but this is some of the beets, guys. Greg had to totally revamp, and I mean totally revamp this raised bed. This was the first raised bed we ever put in, the very first one, and boy, he's gonna put up a video here in the next couple of days. It's gonna blow your mind about what he had to go through to get in here and get this bed situated for planting. So be sure and hit that subscribe button. And look at this place, getting ready to fill this up, guys. So Greg's been culling the tomatoes. We're gonna keep a couple of plants, but we just can't keep them all, guys. Number one, they're not doing so good, as you can see. We hope to get a little bit more harvest, so he's gonna work on those. But we need much of this area for planting. And my okra Winfrey has finally started to come in. Yes, I said okra Winfrey. So we've been eating okra, made a good recipe yesterday. If you've not seen that yet, go check it out. So I need to come in here and pick. I am able to pick daily. And I got a big old grasshopper over there. So we are seeing the grasshoppers come in. I don't know if you can see them right. There's my hand. Well, I can't get my finger there, but he's right there. Sweet meat melons are starting to kick off. Now we have struggled, guys, with some of the powdery mildew because we had all that rain and it got real humid, but Greg's been treating them. And I think he's using manganese. I'll verify that. So he needs to come out here and treat them some more. But yeah, these sweet meat melons are starting to take off. And then these are some of my winter squash and my spaghetti squash. I need to get in here and prune some of that off. So what we think we're gonna do is we're gonna go alongside all these okra plants, and I'm gonna put some turnips and quite possibly some beets, but first off turnips, because we think that they'll do fine, and then when the okra comes down, they'll have all the real estate that they need. It's gonna take them a little bit. But in this area, we're gonna plant some of our broccoli, our cauliflower, and our cabbage. And instead of going lengthwise, guys, down the high tunnel, we're gonna make square patches because we think we'll get more bang for our buck in there, and it'll be easier for us to concentrate on the individual cells of what we're gonna be growing in that area and its nutrition and any diseases or any insect population that may try to come in. It'll help us keep an eye on things better. So here are some of my seed starts. Guys, started these also from seed. Transferred them over to 3-inch pots. And we are going to do succession planting on these. So what is succession planting? Many of you already know, but for those of you that don't, I'm going to start more seeds for these items over here today and for the broccoli up there, so that as those come to fruition and get consumed, then we will have more going right back into the ground to keep things coming all winter long, if possible. So here are more cabbage starts. Here are more cauliflower starts. And then my celery is starting to come in back there. Here are more of my lettuce starts. I have Tom Thumb, and then I have Little Jim over here. So far, one of my squashes have germinated. And of course, my onions. And then I have my herbs that I'm just dying to put in my tower of power, but I'm waiting for them to get a little bit bigger. So I've gone ahead, guys, and looky here. I'm starting some new sweet potato slips, and I think I'm going to try to put these in a tub and overwinter them. And but I'll be taking more of the cuttings of those huge sweet potatoes and trying to save them over the winter so that we'll have something to plant as soon as we can in the spring. So many of your cool weather variety plants will survive a frost or even a freeze. Many of your root vegetables, in fact your carrots, tend to get sweeter after the first freeze or frost. Your beets will survive, our kale has survived, our chard has survived. Had to prune it off, but it did come back, as you can see, and that kale and chard lasted all winter last year and through this summer, and now we're going into its second year. So there's lots of things you can put in the ground that will survive a frost or freeze. Now here in Texas, our first frost, they say, is around November the 25th. To me, that's kind of late, especially for this year. But right now we're at the 1st of September. You still have plenty of time to get some spinaches and some lettuces and some radishes, your chard, your kale, lots of things in the ground, your beets, your turnips, your, onions. Go ahead and get you some onion starts. I know a lot of you wait and do that for the springtime, but we're gonna go ahead and put some in the ground and try to overwinter and keep them going. Let's see what else. Cabbages, broccoli, cauliflower. You want to make sure that you have a way to protect them if it's going to be a really, really hard freeze. But all in all, a lot of those will survive a light frost and a freeze. It's going to be a hot one today, guys. We have not been able to mow yet because every morning heavy dew on the grass, and then by the afternoon it's too hot. I'm hoping to be able to do it soon though, or it's going to get way out of control. Got me a good old row hoed up. So we're going to drop our turnip seeds in here, and then we're going to plant here. So we grow the purple top white globe turnips. I bought these guys from Everwild a couple of years ago. You can see the seeds are real little. Comes in a Mylar pack, and we have planted these several years, and they continue to germinate and produce. Okay, so the reason why we start them from seed and then transfer them to a 3-inch pot, because it helps us on our spacing when we're transplanting them into the ground, and it also helps the roots to get established and give you a good root ball before you pop it in the ground and give it a good head start. For this first patch, I'm going to go ahead and put my cauliflower in. So I've gone ahead and pre-dug my holes, and now I'm just going to pop my little 3-inch pots in there. Give them a good pat. Okay, on to the next one. Okay. Don't ever throw these away, guys. This is like our 3rd or 4th season using these 3-inch pots. We get these off Amazon, and I think it's about $11. I think they're about 4 cents a piece or something. They may have gone up, but we use these over and over and over again. So we grow the golden acre cabbage. It is a shorter turnaround, quicker harvest, and a little bit smaller head. So I have all my places dug up here. Let's get to planting. This is another container we use, guys, that we've gotten over the years as we've bought plants, and we've kept these too. So whenever you do, if you do your spring planting with plant starts, save these in case you want to ever start to grow your plants by seed. See those roots? This is going to give it a really good head start. Woo! Looking good. Got them spaced out, guys, about 1 foot apart. There's my cauliflower. Giving them a good dousing. The rainwater, guys, we've been collecting. That always gives them a good boost. And we also have the well water that's way better than chlorinated water. But we've had to use chlorinated water in the past, and we were able to grow. Everything is looking good. Wanted to get in here and get this planted, guys. And then we'll go right on down the line. I think I might put some beets here in front of the pumpkins, right along the line of the weed cloth. And then in between the okra, I've changed my mind. I think I'm gonna pop my onions in there because they still got a little bit ways before I really want to put them in the ground out here. So my okra's finally starting to come in, guys. Whew. You saw how heavily we pruned them back. But y'all let me know, this is our first year growing okra, if it will last until our first freeze. We are planting alongside of it, so that when we pull it up, there'll be something in its place. But gosh, I don't really want to cut it down now because I gave it a fair warning 2 weeks ago and told them if it doesn't start producing, it's coming down. Well, it's starting to produce. Woo-wee. So my friends, it's 9:30 at 78 degrees. It's probably about 88 or 90 inside that high tunnel, so it's very important for us to get in there in the morning and get done what we need to get done. So more planting is going to be going on. So what am I fixing to do now? I'm fixing to do some more seed starts. You can see the very small footprint. Those 2 seed trays I've been nursing for probably about 3 weeks. They took up a very small area, so I'm gonna have lots more area on the north side. So I got to get some more seeds started, and so we can fill that thing up and keep things growing. We love you all. Thank you all for watching and always taking the time to support us, and give us thumbs up and subscribe to our new subscribers. Welcome. We have the best community on YouTube, no doubt about it. And if you're not already a subscriber, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell up in the corner so you know when we post a new video. We're very active right now, and we'll continue to be active. Take care. God bless. Love you all. See you soon.